Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe. 1. Understand that you're worthy of love. According to psychotherapist and relationship expert Ken Page, LCSW, we often tell ourselves stories that something about us is stopping us from receiving love. This myth that we hold dear to our hearts, he says, causes us to enact cycles of pain for ourselves and others. And that gets terribly triggered by people who cannot accept us and love us for who we are. 2. Focus on accepting and loving yourself. To that end, focusing on loving and accepting yourself, even and especially the parts of ourselves we feel shame toward, is crucial. The degree to which we embrace and cherish those parts of ourselves, not just accept them but actually treasure, dignify, and cherish, is the degree that we become romantically and sexually attracted to people who are available, kind, and decent, Page says. 3. Lean on your support system. Spend some time with the people in your life who lift you up. Not only will it take your mind off things, but it will remind you how good it feels to be with people who value you. We need to look to the people who know and love us to help us not keep enacting patterns of reaching out over and over again to someone who's not available and not good for us. If you have a pattern of codependent behavior, Page also adds Codependence Anonymous is a great program. 4. Ask yourself, what does this person really mean to me? According to sex and relationship therapist Stephen Snyder, MD, sometimes it can help to ask yourself, what exactly does this person mean to me? Commonly, he says, it's security, or status, or feeling accepted or loved or understood. Then you want to ask yourself, did my actual experience with this person really deliver the meanings it was supposed to? For most of us, in most relationships, the answer will be, well, yes, and no, Snyder adds. It's not uncommon to romanticize the past. 5. Unfollow them on social media. This one might go without saying, but if you're thinking about someone nonstop, there's a chance you might be cyberstalking them a bit. Make it easier on yourself and just pull the plug. Unfollow them, unfriend them, delete your text conversations, etc. When it comes to moving on, the no contact rule is always the way to go. 6. Watch out for people, places, and things. Along with the social media, you probably want to get rid of anything that reminds you of them in general, like souvenirs or mementos from your relationship. According to Page, people in Alcoholics Anonymous are told to watch out for people, places, and things that make them want to drink. If you're trying to let go of someone, you need to watch out for the people, places, and things that trigger your craving for that person. 7. Resist the urge to reach out. When you're feeling the urge to reach out, rather than acting on impulse, get curious about the emotions that are coming up for you. Are you feeling lonely? Abandoned? Try redirecting that energy into something more productive, like going for a brisk walk or run or doing some yoga. The most problematic relationships are often the most difficult to get over, Page adds. We keep wanting to go back and make things right, but this is usually a bad idea. 8. Journal out your frustrations. Journaling is incredibly helpful, not only for channeling creative or anxious energy but also for reflecting and learning from what you're going through. Consider using the questions in number 4 as prompts to get you started, or reflect on number 1, number 2, or anything else from this list that resonates with you. Identify and observe your feelings. Feelings are useful for informing you about the world around you, Snyder notes, but they're not totally reliable, and often not objectively helpful. When that happens, you may need to gently show them who's boss. 9. Reclaim your own gifts and talents. Oftentimes when people become obsessive over someone, there's a tendency to abandon oneself. This can look like being overly nice or explanatory to avoid rejection, feelings of inadequacy, and giving someone far too much influence over your emotional state. But Page notes reclaiming our own individuality, or the gifts deep inside us that we have looked to the world to validate, is a powerful process of healing and transformation that actually changes our attractions. 10. Remind yourself why it didn't work out. In the really hard moments, particularly those where we may find ourselves romanticizing the past, as Snyder notes, it's in your best interest to remind yourself of why things didn't or haven't worked out. Most often, we idealize the people we miss, he says. And we overlook the fact that the meanings we attach to the relationship weren't always gratified as much as we would have liked. 11. Discern between intuition and obsession. Now, perhaps you've gotten this far and something in your gut is still pushing you to think about this person. That's something to pay attention to. Maybe we can't get someone out of our minds because there's something really incredibly special there. Page notes. Maybe those obstacles don't matter that much. Maybe this person really is worth committing to. Or there are problems in the relationship that neither of you have fully worked on. Give yourself time to think and process, and in time, you can decide if it's worth reaching out. If this is a relationship that could be good, Paige says, try putting both feet in and giving it all you have. Maybe the fact that you can't stop thinking about this person is for a good reason. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe.